Below I added some code and I will explain what the code is going to do. So here we're going to calculate the variance on the stock returns. We're going to raise the variance to the power of 12 divided by 39 to get a yearly average variance value. I'm using 12 divided by 39 because I'm having 39 months of data in my data frame and I want to have an average on a yearly base. So I'm doing 12 divided by 39. If, for example, you have 5 years of data, you will do 1 divided by 5. So then we have the return, the average return of 1 year. We do again the cumulative product. It's the same function as we did above. And we raise it again to the power of 12 divided by 39. Here in your case, if you have 5 years of data, it will be 1/5, and then minus 1. We wrap it into a data frame and we create a few new columns. So we have the variance column, the return on yearly average, the standard deviation, and I calculated a risk reward ratio, which is actually only the average return divided by the standard deviation. And the higher this results, the more rewards you can expect for the same amount of risk. Of course, this is based on previous data, so those numbers, they're not going to be the same in 3 years. So we're going to check which companies have a high risk reward ratio, and we're going to raise the position in our portfolio of those stocks. We're going to lower the position of stocks who have a low risk reward ratio. And then we will look at the graph and see the difference, and we will look at the standard deviation, we will look at the return, and we will calculate what is the best position. Now, there are better ways to do this. You can use efficient frontier and you will have other ways to do this. But the problem is that the computer is always going to give you the results that you give to the computer. So it's if, for example, this company has a return of 300% and all the other stocks in your portfolio are only having 20%, it could suggest to allocate 30% to wire. But if the next year wire goes down and blows up, for example, and you have 30% in wire, your whole portfolio blows up. So for that, it's always good to check for yourself and to adjust it to your own expectations of that particular stock. But in further videos, we will calculate the efficient frontier. So for now, we're going to raise positions in wire, in Albemarle, and in CLH, and maybe also in Enphase. And we will try to lower positions in O, in RWE, PRX, Procter & Gamble, and maybe a few other stocks. So we're going to start with Albemarle and wire. So we will change wire to 15%. We will change Albemarle to like 12%. And we will change CLH to 15%. Then next to CLH, CRWD, we're gonna lower to 1. And Estée Lauder, we're gonna lower to 1%. Then NPE and O, we're gonna lower also. And maybe we will lower the rest also. So Procter & Gamble, PRX, and RWE. And now we should have 1. And we have 0.99, so I will do 16 for that position from wire. And we will run it, and we should have a much higher return right now. We're having 97% on average. Okay, so in general, this second portfolio performed way better, and we added a little bit more risk because the distance between the low and the high is larger than the distance between this low and this high. But in comparison to the extra risk we took, we have a much higher return. So that's how you can increase the performance of your portfolio.